So you know how in the past couple of years we've had several old Star Wars games re-released? We had Jedi Outcast, Jedi Academy, Star Wars Racer, and now we're getting Republic Commando on April 6th. But you know what I love about all this? Even though these are all incredible games, I think almost everyone will agree we're desperate for a sequel to only one of them, Republic Commando. So today, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Republic Commando was originally going to have a sequel before LucasArts cancelled it way back before you were probably born. And you know the best part about the sequel? The fall of the Galactic Republic and the rise of Imperial Commandos. That was the name of the sequel, Star Wars Imperial Commandos. Even though, in my opinion, Republic Commando is one of the hardest Star Wars games ever made, always with a stab trying to kill super battle droids, just gonna keep me up all night. This game is easily one of the most unique Star Wars gaming experiences you'll ever have. There's nothing like the brotherhood shown between the Delta Squad commandos. Their banter, their interactions, and the teamwork make this the perfect squad-based single-player game. And there's really nothing else like this in all of Star Wars gaming. I mean, sure, the Battlefront games have first person, but Republic Commando is a hardcore experience. The game is hard for a reason. It's trying to make you feel like a clone commando fighting off a lifeless, seemingly endless droid invasion, always with the stab. Just die already, gee. And did you know that originally when the game released, Republic Commando didn't even sell all that well? It fell below LucasArts sales projections. And as far as I know, that's the main reason we never got the sequel. But lots of people are speculating that the re-release of Republic Commando on PS4 and Nintendo Switch means something more, that there is a sequel being developed behind the scenes by an unknown studio. And if there is, I just hope there's lots of stab, please! For the love of Seth, will you die? Hey everyone, it's Andrew. You could argue that right now is the perfect time for a Republic Commando sequel because of The Bad Batch. The new animated series is releasing on May the 4th, so about 2 months from now. But this would mean if a new Republic Commando style game was releasing alongside the series, it would need to be a surprise announcement. It's kind of, too late in the day to just give us a new Star Wars game out of the blue. Kind of want to ramp up that marketing campaign over the course of 9 months to a year. But anyway, perhaps instead of a direct sequel to Republic Commando, we'd be playing as the Bad Batch in a similar squad-based shooter. This seems like the style of game they would be more likely to make, especially if Bad Batch is going to be a hit, which I'm sure it will be. But what about an actual Republic Commando sequel? How would that work? Where does that fall into the current plans for the future of Star Wars? Well, the original game, unfortunately, is no longer included in the Star Wars canon. They don't count this as real anymore. So if Disney decided they wanted to make a Republic Commando sequel, this would hopefully involve recanonizing the original game developed by LucasArts, which would include all the characters, the story, their backstory, everything that happened. Obviously the characters are canon because they appeared in Clone Wars. Dave Filoni put them in Clone Wars as a little Easter egg. Delta Squad were there, but their backstory and history and everything that happens in the game is not canon. Okay, so let's say the new game is a direct sequel to the original. Who would actually make the game? Obviously LucasArts haven't been a thing since 2012, so the title would likely be given to one of EA's studios or another publisher altogether, seeing as though EA's deal with Disney to be the sole creator of AAA Star Wars games will no longer stand after 2023. So for me, there's one studio that comes to mind when I think of immersive storytelling combined with first-person shooters. Respawn. Developers of Jedi Fallen Order, Apex Legends, and the seriously underrated Titanfall games. You could even argue that with their experience making Titanfall, Respawn are the perfect studio to make a Republic Commando game. What's Titanfall about? A bunch of soldiers in mech suits shooting bad guys, which is as unflattering a description you could use for these games. It's much more dense than that. What's Republic Commando about? Pretty much the same thing. Super soldiers, special ops, using tech and gadgets to infiltrate and achieve an objective in a squad. Now, Respawn seem to be a studio that have their hands full full already. They've opened a second studio in Vancouver to mainly focus on development of Apex Legends because, you know, that game became so big. So the LA studio is focused on Jedi Fallen Order sequel and whatever other games they have in the works behind the scenes. So would they dedicate another branch of their studio to building another Star Wars game? I'm not so sure. They don't want to put all their eggs in one basket, but they have been recently posting new job listings for developers to join their Star Wars team. Whether that's the Star Wars team that's going to keep working on Jedi Fallen Order, or it's a team that's being assembled to work on another Star Wars game now that this studio is no longer handling Apex because that's been given to the new Vancouver office. Who knows? Stranger things have happened. But how does all this fall into Disney and Lucasfilm's plans with Star Wars storytelling? The Clone Wars Season 7 delivered a different perspective on Order 66 and the fall of the Republic, and this is something they're revisiting in the Bad Batch, and this was also heavy subject matter in Jedi Fallen Order, showcasing Order 66 from the perspective of a Jedi Padawan. So would they really make another Clone Wars Order 66 themed experience in another game? To me, this seems like something they really wouldn't want to overdo. How many more times can we see Ki-Adi-Mundi die? I mean, really. When I think of Order 66, this death scene is the first thing that comes to mind. It's the look in his eye. The moment he knows, it tells you everything. And the music and the way he's betrayed and he falls over. Oh no. I'm gonna cry. Oh, sorry. I need a second. Oh man. Every time. Okay, I'm back. With all that said, I think everyone would honestly still love to see this. Who cares how many times we've seen Order 66? Show it to us again. In fact, make us play as the Clone Commandos, Delta Squad, fitted with inhibitor chips, and make us turn on the Jedi and have to kill Jedi. What a game that would be. Not for kids anymore, huh? Although Republic Commando never really was. That's another thing. Does building this game fit with Disney's plans? Because, you know, Republic Commando is more of a hardcore game that does show a darker side of Star Wars that's more focused on appealing to adults, I think. So are they going to Disneyfy the whole thing and, you know, not make this? Who knows? But anyway, Delta Squad are some of the most loved clones in all of Star Wars. So how powerful would it be to make them the bad guys? They did it with Rex briefly in Season 7 when he turned on Ahsoka, and it tore my heart in half seeing Rex fire on the Jedi and order her execution. It's brilliant. And that's the kind of heart-wrenching storytelling we need in Star Wars. And that brings me to the cancelled LucasArts Republic Commando sequel, which was going to be called Star Wars Imperial Commando. As far as I know, the plan was to have players follow Delta Squad as they make the transition from the Republic to the Empire. And you'd be doing exactly what you think, hunting down Jedi, clone deserters, members of the Rebel Alliance in the recent years following the fall of the Republic and the rise of the Empire. It was going to be a hardcore first-person squad-based Order 66 game, and that, I'm sure I can speak for all of us, is a game we want. But there was also another idea pitched by the developers for the sequel to Republic Commando, and that was Star Wars Rebel Commando, which would have continued Sev's story. OG players will know what that means. For everyone else, no spoilers here. My lips are sealed. But I'm assuming this meant that the Commandos, or Delta Squad at least, didn't turn on the Jedi and weren't given inhibitor chips, so were able to somehow join the early stages of the Rebel Alliance. As much as I like Sev, I love the Order 66 idea. That'd be my vote for the sequel. But unfortunately, development on Imperial Commando was cancelled before it even started. In fact, before Republic Commando was even released. Imperial Commando was cancelled in 2004 and Republic Commando released in 2005. And like I said, the sequel was cancelled because sales projections for the first game were quite low, so they just decided to scrap the second one. And all we have of the sequel, all that was ever created, is a bunch of concept art, some of which is really strange and not even confirmed to be from the Republic Commando sequel. Like, what even is this? But we do have this image, 3 Imperial Commandos crouched in a snowy forest, a few droids hovering about. And if this is the game we're gonna get, I want it! We all want this experience, and I'm hoping that somehow Dave Filoni comes to the rescue and gives us the Imperial Commando fan service in the Bad Batch we all deserve. At the moment, there's no word on whether we'll ever get another Republic Commando game or even see Delta Squad in Star Wars ever again, but I'm really looking forward to playing Republic Commando on PS4 PS4 and Switch once it releases in April. And I'd love to know what a Republic Commando sequel looks like to you. What do you want to see in the game? Where do you want to see the story go? And how badly do you want to see it made? And for more on cancelled Star Wars games, you can watch one of these videos here and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and join my Discord for all the latest on Star Wars gaming, news, and everything else. And thanks for watching this. My name's Andrew. I'll catch you soon.
Stay bombastic.